Hello, y'all. This is Julian Rico with an NFL Week 18 picks. Yes, the season finale. The season's about to be over, and we are getting ready for playoffs next week. Playoffs, playoffs. Last week I went 10-6, respectable week. Overall record 161-95. So more losses than wins. Blaze, I need to be a good overall record guy. But thank you for those who have been watching this series and um, throughout the regular season, and including, as of course, I will be publishing my playoff predictions in this series too. But thank you for those who have joined me on this quest in the regular season. Let's get to these picks. Starting off on Saturday between the Cleveland Browns and the Baltimore Ravens, 4:30 p.m. Eastern on ESPN and ABC. Baltimore is an 18-point favorite, the highest spread of the week. Baltimore must win or Pittsburgh loses. They're going to take on the Browns team who had a frustrated year. They hold the number 3 overall pick. So that's something Browns fans should be happy about. Maybe. In this game, Baltimore needs this the most. They got to lock in that 3 seed in the AFC. I'm going to take the Ravens in this one. 38-17 against them. I just don't see Cleveland putting points on them. That would mean Baltimore will be your AFC North champs. Cincinnati taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers at 8 p.m. Eastern on ESPN and ABC. Cincinnati is a 2.5-point favorite. Cincinnati must win, and they need Miami and Denver to lose to get in the playoffs. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, they must win and have Baltimore lose to win the division. So, unfortunately, I have Baltimore winning the division. But let's break it down. Cincinnati coming off a huge win against the Denver Broncos in overtime to keep their season alive. And it's going to be a challenging game against the Steelers. Of course, tough loss against the Chiefs on Christmas Day, which, Russell Wilson didn't do a lot of much against that. Here, I am going to take the Bengals in this one, and I still see the Bengals trying to compete in the playoffs. But for me, Bengals win it 24-20 against the Pittsburgh Steelers. January 5th, the Carolina Panthers taking on the Atlanta Falcons at 1 p.m. Eastern on CBS. Atlanta is a 7.5-point favorite. Carolina, they don't have nothing to play for, but Atlanta does. They must win, and Tampa to lose to win the NFC South. Falcons coming off a disappointing loss to Washington in overtime. Frustrating game for the Falcons, and now they got to get back on track if they want to win the division. They're going to take on the stingy Panthers. Now, of course, 2 weeks ago, they beat the Cardinals, a big win for the season for the Panthers. And then they go to Tampa, and they lose to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Should we call them the Buccaneers? Because they got a duck who was so lucky to get them a block punt kick, and they score a touchdown on that. This game's going to be interesting. And for me, I'm going to take the Panthers, and here is the good reason, which I'll get to the Saints and Bucks prediction here. The Panthers are looking to finish the season strong. They're looking to finish the season strong. Score in this one, 27-24. Panthers win, and you'll see the Panthers next season as NFC South contenders. We'll see how the offseason works. Houston Texans taking on the Tennessee Titans at 1 p.m. Eastern on CBS. Tennessee's a 2-point favorite. This is a rare spread here because they're going to play a Texans team that only scored 2 points against the Ravens. They don't have to play for nothing, but they got to play the Titans, who are currently the number 2 overall pick. They must win, and they must lose, and New England to win to get the number 1 overall pick. That's interesting. But there are 2-point favorites. They did report that Will Levis and Mason Rudolph are both going to be playing in this game. I don't see this happening. I don't see a sweep in this one. Give me the Texans. Texans win it 31-20 over the Tennessee Titans. The New York Giants taking on the Philadelphia Eagles at 1 p.m. Eastern on CBS. Philadelphia is a 3-point favorite. All of this is because players are going to be rested, including Saquon Barkley, who unfortunately will not get the chance to beat Eric Dickerson's rushing season record holder. So that's tough. They're going to play the Giants, they blew their chances for the number 1 pick. So yes, whoever starts for the Eagles, we don't have status of can he pick his health on Jalen Hurts. I do see him resting this week, which, yeah, he's a starter, so he'll be resting. But if Kenny Pickett is not ready, Tanner McKee will come in. Give me the Eagles in this one. I think they're going to want to show the season how fit they want to be ready for that Super Bowl crown. Eagles win it 31-10 against the Giants. The Jaguars take on the Indianapolis Colts at 1 p.m. Eastern on Fox. Indy is a 5-point favorite. Both of these teams don't have nothing to play for, but they got to finish the season strong. Jacksonville, fortunately, finished the season in an odd year. I thought all of us thought Jacksonville could rebound from last year, not winning the division. And things did not go well. Trevor Lawrence goes down. He's out for the year. Mac Jones is turning in as the starting quarterback for the rest of the season. And all eyes on Doug Peterson. Now, Doug Peterson, we're not sure about this news, of course. The Jaguars are going to have a decision to make on either Doug Peterson or Trent Baalke to remain in 2025. They're going to take on the Indianapolis Colts, who got themselves suffering loss to the Giants. Again, give me the Colts in this one. I got the Colts winning it 22-31 against the Jaguars. Washington Commanders taking on the Dallas Cowboys at 1 p.m. Eastern on Fox. Washington is a 5-point favorite in this one. Congratulations to the Washington Commanders, boys. The Commanders, welcome to the playoffs. Happy for Jaden Daniels. They're coming off a big win against Atlanta. Now they finish the season strong and take on Cooper Rush and the Cowboys. And the Cowboys just got themselves in the bottle and they lose 41-7. This is going to be a good game. Now, we're not sure if Jaden Daniels is going to rest, but if they do have to play for seeding positions because, yes, if they win, they will play LA or Tampa. Depends if LA lose to Seattle. But if they lose, they would probably go to Philadelphia. And they don't want that. Give me the Commanders in this one against the Cowboys. Washington wins it 28-20. Chicago Bears taking on the Green Bay Packers at 1 p.m. Eastern on Fox. Green Bay is a 10-point favorite in this one. Chicago just finished the season strong. That's all it takes. Taking on the Green Bay Packers, who suffered a huge disappointing loss against the Vikings. But now they got to play for seeding positions, so that is something they need to worry about. I'm going to go with the Packers in this one. Give me the 38-20 win over the Bears. New Orleans Saints taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at 1 p.m. Eastern on Fox. Tampa Bay is a 13.5-point favorite. This is too high to be at 13.5 because I still think the Saints will keep it close. Saints having a tough year, up and down year, of course. You go from 2-0 to then losing like 9 or 10 in a row. You fire Dennis Allen. Then things are going a bit not what everybody expected. They're going to take on the Buccaneers, who they must win, and they're in the playoffs, and they are crowned NFC South Division. Here, I got the Buccaneers winning it. I think Bucs win it 28-20, and I will tell you, Mike Evans is going to get 1,000 receiving yards against the Saints. Buffalo Bills taking on the New England Patriots at 1 p.m. Eastern on CBS. Buffalo's a 2.5-point favorite. The Mitch Trubisky expected to start against the Patriots. Patriots, on the other hand, you lose, you get the number one pick of the 2025 NFL draft. How does that feel? Give me Buffalo in this one. We could see the Patriots keep it close with Drake May. So I'm going to say 26-23 over the New England Patriots and Buffalo. Let's ride to the playoffs. Los Angeles Chargers taking on the Las Vegas Raiders at 4:25 p.m. Eastern on CBS. LA Chargers are a 4-point favorites in this one. They're clinched to the playoffs, so I'm assuming they're going to play for seeding position. Taking on the Raiders, who all eyes on Antonio Pierce. Will he be coaching this team next season or not? Give me the Chargers in this one. 24-20 over the Raiders. San Francisco 49ers taking on the Arizona Cardinals. 4:25 p.m. Eastern on Fox. Arizona's a 4.5-point favorites here, and the reason why Josh Dobbs will be starting for the 49ers. Of course, Brock Purdy's done for the year. He had that elbow injury, so that's tough for them. For 49ers fans, they're going to go to Arizona to take on the Cardinals, who, even though their seasons, their playoff chances is out of the way, at least they can finish the season strong. And by beating San Francisco would be huge. Again, being played in Arizona, I think the 49ers get it. I think the 49ers needs this win to show their season was flushed out of the toilet, and a new season could be even better. 49ers win it 28-24 over the Cardinals. The Kansas City Chiefs take on the Denver Broncos, 4:25 p.m. Eastern on CBS. Denver's a 10.5-point favorite. Finally, the Chiefs rest their starters. Now Carson Wentz can start for the backups. Didn't he did that with the Rams last year? Yeah, he did. They're going to take on the Broncos, who they must win, and they're in the playoffs. That's it. You must win, and they're in. They tried it with the Chargers. It didn't go as planned. They had to do it with the Bengals. So close, but they didn't get it. I'm going to take the Broncos. Broncos wins 27-24. Carson Wentz and Dallas backups will keep it close, but I think Denver prevails, and they will go to the playoffs. So Broncos country, let's ride to the playoffs. Seattle Seahawks take on the LA Rams at 4:25 p.m. Eastern on Fox. Seattle is a 6.5-point favorites here, and good reason, because Jimmy Garoppolo will be starting for the Rams, meaning the Rams starters will rest and they will get ready for the playoffs, a home playoff game for them. Seattle, on the other hand, even though eliminated from playoffs, show you at least finish the season strong. Give me the Seahawks with Jimmy Garoppolo coming in and Sean McVay's offense. I think we're going to see a little weirdness with the Rams offense with Jimmy G in there. Seattle wins it 20-13 against the Rams. Miami Dolphins taking on the New York Jets at 4:25 p.m. Eastern on Fox. Miami is a 1-point favorite. Miami, they must have Denver to lose to be in the playoffs. Well, they're going to take on the Jets, who their season's over with. All eyes on the Jets front staff. Of course, news confirmed that they did complete the interview for ESPN analyst Louis Riddick for the vaccinated GM job. They already interviewed Ron Rivera and Rex Ryan for the head coaching job. And then questions on Aaron Rodgers in this one. Here, I got the Jets. This is a Week 18 that could go crazy. Jets win it. They get to finish the season strong. Jets win it 23-20. All right, the monster game, the game of the week, the Minnesota Vikings, 14-2, taking on the Detroit Lions, 14-2, 8:20 p.m. Eastern on NBC and Peacock. Detroit, how about you guys? You guys are 3-point favorites. Let's break this down. For the first time ever, we're having a 14-win team in the playoffs. But here's the stakes. Winner will win the NFC North and will win the number one seed in the NFC. Meaning you'll get the home field advantage and host the NFC Championship game, and you get your players rested until the division round. The loser will have to go to a road playoff game. Either going on the road with LA or Tampa Bay determines how their games are going to be played out. Minnesota, impressive season with Sam Darnold. What a story. You go from people having with a 6-win column, but all of a sudden, Sam Darnold doesn't care, and he's been shushing everyone with 14 wins. Coming off a huge win against the Packers at home. That was huge for the Vikings. Now for Detroit. They're getting a huge win against San Francisco on the road, 8-0 on the road. Dan Campbell told his team after that win that it doesn't matter if we go on a host a playoff game at home for a home field advantage or go on the road. If we go on the road, look at our record. We're 8-0, best road record in franchise history. This is going to be the biggest game of the year. I want to root for the Vikings, but I'm not. Lions win it 41-38. Lions win the division, and they will clinch the number one seed in the NFC. But let me know in the comment section below, who do you think will win the number one seed and will clinch the NFC North division? I leave that to you guys. Hit that like button, subscribe to my channel. We'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.